Let's add some maybe. All right. I'm adding actually some hashtags for our TikTok live, and then we start from there. I need also to edit that you can guys share links, and therefore we will all be able to read them and read your comments if they are type of links. And here we go, that's good. Nice. I'm excited now. Who will join this late? Alright, already we have joiners. Alright, what we're gonna do today is totally different from what we did. Not so much though. Let me see if this works. Yeah. And then we start from there. Let me do tmax very fast. Nice. What did we do last time? I'm not sure actually, but might be. Yeah, we added new to-dos kind of. Nice. Cool. Waiting for all of you guys to join and then we move forwards. Let's see if anybody in Twitch though. Very funny enough though, we have today some viewers coming up from Twitch, which is actually unusual because Twitch doesn't actually push as much for the viewership. It doesn't basically have a good algorithm for small streamers somehow. But I'm really surprised by it today. Alright, cool. Let's see your comments on which code environment you program. Hey Sami, well, I program on NeoVim, and what I'm doing behind me is just lazy git. I was actually checking what we did last time, and also I want to check what we have for the readme file because I'm sure we updated it or something. Yeah. So this is amazing. Get some new noises specially for them. So basically these are the stuff that we added last time to have actually implement in the future. All of this above already we did it, which is really cool. I'm thinking also as a to-do app, like I can add up something like in terms of to-dos. Let me do this because the metronome we still need to build. And I was thinking actually to do like a small to-do app with just and like, yeah. Hopefully the app still works as perfect as I left it, but let's check. Yeah, it does, so that's nice. Thank you, Nico. Alright, so what I was actually thinking to do is just kind of like to add in like small to-dos to this app where it can pop up on the front or on the top of the page. Right now it's just like this. Let me share with you. So we have the timer here and stuff, and we have some white noises here, but I want actually to put on the top of the page always our to-dos. And yeah, these to-dos can be set with just simple React, but we've been talking a lot about Zustand and stuff like that, so why not actually to store the to-dos in Zustand? I mean, it's a bad thing probably, but why not, right? Or let's see if 10stack has something like caching or something like that, where it caches your to-dos from a place to another. just and maybe state caching, because we use Tanstack query. Yeah, we have here Tanstack query is a server state library. Yeah. But no, actually we did Tanstack. Oh, okay, we did Tanstack router, but not query though. All right, I'm seeing now the docs for that. Let me just actually check it out. We can check the overview of it. If it does actually help, then why not? I mean, we can do that. But it needs always to to cache something that comes from the backend. So at this base, I think we need a database, but I was thinking not to use a database yet. Well, let's see if we can do that. Then I have the database from Firebase, and I can maybe use it in the app already. But yeah, I hate that. Like, I hate a lot this Firebase and how it became. It have like a lot of problems now. Noah asked what you're coding. I am coding a white noise app that today I'm going to add to it the database plus the Tanstack query part, right? Which now I'm skeptical about though. Yeah. Because let me check Firebase backend part. I'm checking like how can I actually integrate with Express for DB, because I know that I have one, but I'm not sure about it. I'm sure not about everything, but about the env variables for that. I never used it actually. Okay, it says that you need actually just to deploy the base, but it doesn't actually explain it in any detail possible. Alright, so I'm now checking. I might have actually a database for my app already. That's why I'm checking actually Firebase tools right now. Nice, people are actually joining. We need course installed for sure. Actually, I think I don't have course. Why I'm not doing that, I'm not sure. So basically for our server for the backend, I should have had course. Why I didn't? You know what, let this run. Let this like be another tab for, if you are wondering why I have two tabs and multiple tabs for a terminal, it's called Tmux. You can find it and install it. It's really helpful when it comes to like splitting your terminal and work on multiple terminals and stuff. Hey Franco. Wow, okay, Franco actually will not be able to join us all night for the chat, but yeah, I actually was super sick lately and I decided just to sleep and wake up for this live stream, which is a kind of crazy thing to do. I should have just slept, but yeah, I promised to actually have this every day, and that's why I kind of like have the deal now to just do it, and I want to keep up with it because that pushes me forward. Nice. All right, super. I will search that up. Sure. What is the project, bro? Project is a white noise project that I'm building, and now actually I am on the wrong app. Let me see, or LD. I have public CD server for sure. Here I can install course. And I don't know why I didn't use course at all, actually. It should be done here in our server though. Let's update it where we are doing this, or maybe let's do it here. Import course. Why it's not coming up, which is very funny though. Yeah, it's not reading it somehow, but I can just delete it and update it again. So it should be course from course, basically. Yeah, here you go. And the app should use it. Probably, I don't know where should it use it, but probably here should be fine. And here should be basically origin true or something like that. Yeah. Which I'm not sure now if this is gonna be correct. Okay, so it wants us actually also to install the let me clear here, npm install add types, and course should be also installed because we are using TypeScript anyhow. So now my LSP should not cry about this. Yeah, nice. So there was like a red line that was there and we got rid of it. Nice. So now I was thinking actually to use the route for basically connecting Firebase, but at this point I'm actually not sure if I have it. Yeah, then I actually need to do Firebase deploy, and that will help us actually deploy the Firebase automatically, which is actually a very weird kind of thing. So it just needs like one link to trigger any request, and from there we need to actually write our models ourselves, and from there on we will use stack query to retrieve them, right? That's cool. Well, let me see actually how can we deploy then. All right, let me try with Firebase deploy only function. Should I install actually Firebase? Because I'm sure that I don't have Firebase like this. Yeah. Should I start look globally or something? Right, it's not actually a very good explanation about how to attach Firebase to npm express. Basic project. I'm actually looking for something. Yeah, let me share my screen. Maybe that will help. I'm looking through these. For example, it says you can install Firebase and then you require it, but then you need your Firebase config here, and then you initialize the Firebase config, and then you move on. The funny thing though that my Firebase config is actually installed in my other variable, which is very funny because at that point I can use the same configuration for database, and then in the front end I can do the same otherwise, or I will just call the backend to do the stuff for me though, which is like a very small backend though. Yeah. I actually like this one more, but they say install Firebase first, and then your config should go here, initialize the Firebase config, and then when you listen it will work automatically because you will have now Firebase of to-dos, let's say like that. And if I don't have it, should it be created automatically? I'm not sure about that, but that could be actually a good solution to do. All right, let's try this way because I already have the configuration from my front end, which is a bit odd because if I had it on the front end like this, where is it? Firebase index, and I have my DB available like this. actually, it's very funny enough. Can I actually communicate this to the front end? Yeah, because this is helpful, and it gets Firebase config from Firebase config already, right? From initialize app, and then okay, we will do the same thing kind of, but then if this will work with the DB, then we don't need the DB here. We probably would need it only in the backend kind of now, for now at least. All right, let me read your comments, guys. Anybody here is already from the already chatters that I know of? All right, so you are all new. What do you want to achieve right now? I'm wanting actually to use the Firebase database to kind of like connect it with my backend so I can use it with my React frontend basically. And what I'm trying actually to do in general is just to create like a small React to-dos app, and I also have like something like an already environment variable existing for us to actually use. Yeah. What OS do I use? I use the WSL one, by the way. WSL is really good for me, and because I use El NeoVim, and it helps a lot, right? If you are new to the chat or something, please like this live stream as much as you can. It may reach out to people. Our goal today is to reach as soon as possible to the 8,000 mark. I'm not sure where we are right now, but it will be really helpful. Let's see, how many followers do I have now? I know that not too much though. Yeah, we had already since the live stream started, which is kind of like 30 minutes ago. Already around 20 new followers, which is really cool. Yeah. Are you a programmer? Yeah, and I'm also learning like this and that. Yeah. Oh, you are doing a MERN project. So you are doing, are you doing MongoDB though? Because I feel like MongoDB is better when it comes to kind of configuration and stuff like that. Why actually I'm doing Firebase? I have no idea why I did Firebase for this project. But I don't hate it, but yeah. I might be actually, yeah, I don't know. I might be actually fine using it if it's easy. Otherwise, we can move on. Delete globalization. Where is it? Where did I globalize something here? I don't need this maybe for the analytics. ESLint disable next line. All right, why it's actually not doing that for me? Yeah, it's changed that that this analytics actually is not used at all, but it's fine. I might leave it there. I don't know how to analytically actually analyze the application later on using their analytical tools, but I might actually need now to go to Firebase and check if there is actually a backend for this, because if not, then we will have a problem. Okay, so I am in my white noise app, and I'm trying right now to see if there is a storage. I might have a storage. How do I start? Oh, so to use the storage, we need to upgrade our plan, which is really bad. I hate this, and I might not use it then for this alone. Yeah. Yeah, Usha, thank you very, very much. I will do that 100%. Yeah. Okay, so let's do then, let's then do that. I have no problem installing PostgreSQL as well. All right, PostgreSQL with Prisma, maybe we can do Prisma PostgreSQL stuff. That would be really cool. So we can initialize Prisma and do it the correct way, right? Prisma IO and stuff like that. Yeah, so we need Prisma to be development ORM. I think it should be like a dev dependency, right? And then I think Prisma should be that. Okay, let me see then what I have for my package.json here. Do I have Firebase already? No, I don't. That's cool. Then I don't really need Firebase at the end. I might actually delete it from my application later, because the only thing that I used it for is just sign in and sign out, and it works right now correctly, right? With this actually route provider and stuff like that being also into the question. All right, cool. Then you know what? Let's do it with PostgreSQL. That would be a really good thing. Adrian asked, where are you from? I am from Tunisia originally, but now in Germany. And it's too late here in Germany actually for the live stream. All right. Only Postgre because you handle all stuff. Subabase is bad, you said, Wusha? Okay, you know what? Let's talk about it. What kind of ORM should we use, and what kind of also provider for database should we use together? Because I want to learn two things at the same time. So Prisma is good. I think I can do it because I did it, work with it before. And also what kind of database you want me actually to do. Content for you ask, are you come from Germany? Yeah, but I don't speak it really much like German, but yeah, I do really good with it. And by the way, should we just use PostgreSQL locally? That will be also a good thing to have, right? Yeah. After Adrian asked where are you from, Content for you knew that I'm from Germany, and he was happy to say, oh, du kommst aus Deutschland. Yes. All right. Could you show your project structure? My project structure is not really madly good. I will open all stuff here so for you to see. And I have a small server that I'm opening up just like this so you can see it. I mean, everything now in the screen on the left side of the screen is there. So maybe guys, you can tell me what do you think about this? Well, that's also good, but I'm not really familiar with AWS stuff. I might actually learn that first and then move on with it, because I think that it's really a good idea to have AWS in the app. That's correct, especially for its blob storage and stuff like that. I think it's really amazing. Yeah, I might actually switch my focus to it once I learned completely, because I'm going to do that in the near future. Yeah. Actually, I might put some water in my cup in front of me. So you might hear some water spilling. Nice. Okay. All right, that's good. All the stuff that you guys actually said in the chat is really helpful. I might think that you know better. So yeah, I'm now thinking about Prisma, and we can have an environment variable for our PostgreSQL locally, right? Or we have something in online, we can do that as well. But at this point, I might actually install everything locally, so for us actually to be able to manage everything locally first, and then we can move it to another URL. What is the best kind of PostgreSQL provider? Can you know something? Do you know, guys, something that is good? Docker is clutch for this. True, actually. That's 100%. Yeah. Later on, we will probably need Docker. Yeah. But you know what? My PC will just go boom, kind of, because streaming Docker and stuff like that, I might need a new PC for this shit in the near future. Best PG host, Renderfly. Actually, that's really cool. Free tier Postgre and AWS. Okay, let me check then. All right. But AWS, don't I need like some special payment for it? Or not really? Might be that I need to. Might be not, right? Adrian said, how long did it take you to learn programming? Around 2 years to learn the basics and everything, but honestly, I'm still not that good with it in certain aspects, like the backend and stuff. So I stick to only the front end right now. I'm waiting actually for the end DRZ comment to see which kind of AWS thing that we should go for. Yeah, you need the credit card to do that. I might have registered with it before, but I forgot my account. So it might be that we don't need that right now. Maybe guys give me like the best PostgreSQL thingy provider that I may use, so we can use Prisma with it and we move on. Right? Shlomo asked, what is this app doing? This app is the same that you joined last time and you told that it's shit. It's the same white noise app. We just made it bigger. Yeah. And both risk lock-in. Yeah. All right. But Wusha, I actually want to use PostgreSQL locally. I think I have it installed. Why I'm asking too much questions? Postgres. I think I have it installed. Yeah, I have it like an AZDB. Yeah. Running PG local is trivial. All right, PG local. Is that something like? Yeah, PG local as a PostgreSQL locally, right? Install and using PostgreSQL locally. That's what I need, but I don't know which kind of provider. That's why I'm asking. I have one on Windows. It says it's called PostEDB something, but at this point, I probably need to install it. Please ensure the PG admin server is shut down before proceeding. Okay. Nice. What language are you typing with? I am doing TypeScript and React basically as a framework. I might not need it actually. That's correct. At line 9. No, actually I don't need it. Like this one, you mean? I don't need it, but for now I was scared. Okay, I know why now. Because at that point when I did this app, I had the blob storage online, and then I was thinking, you know what, let me just download everything there. And when I downloaded it, I forgot to take it off. But you know what, leave it for now. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, Firebase go shut down with the project will be dead too. Yeah, does Windows have brew? That's what I use on OS X. Yeah, it does have brew if you install the WSL. Where do I get the white noises from? Too many questions, but they are good questions. I download them through script that I put in public folder here. And it scrapes them basically. But it's really long gone. Like a task. If you want to get this to be working for you on your own computer, just let me know and I will do that for you. This is our white noise player now. It's really neat. All right, cool. Maybe I can share with you later, like the GitHub link, right? So you can check it out yourself. Right now I'm installing EDB PostgreSQL and it's taken forever, so yeah. I'm actually think about setting up this with then, as you said, guys, with PostgreSQL locally. Yeah. Is this WSL? Yes, it is. By the way, guys, you can actually go to my profile and find out the Discord server there. It might be that You click it and you will be able to see everything that I'm doing right now, already discussed with the chat and so on and so forth. Someone said thank you for this. If I understand this, I'll all right, so basically he's thanking me for being streaming JavaScript, which is really odd. I never actually thought about me getting thanked for coding online and people watching, which is really funny. Yeah. One Neptune said, please be humble, remove the senior from your profile. No shame in learning and being new. Actually, no shame in learning, but you don't know my level in front end though, which is very fun enough. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, actually the word senior is a very kind of odd meaning to it. I mean, I don't consider myself even a senior developer. I don't even consider myself a good developer. I might write always like spaghetti code first and then go back and refactor it for the sake of it to just be learning, right? And the fact that there is this senior, middle, junior developer namings is kind of like odd to me to know my level. Sometimes I say it to myself even, but you let people call you whatever, and then based on the people assignment or assumption, you know where you are. So let's say if you are a junior developer, you expect yourself knowing nothing. Honestly, knowing nothing is your job basically as a junior developer, which is which is also good for you to know nothing, because then you will get put in a team where they expect nothing from you, right? Let me actually explain to you what I mean by that. Maybe if we draw it, then it will become easy to do. So the fact that you call yourself a developer or front end or back end or whatever, we have the junior here, and it's kind of spectrum, right? But what I will do is just put them next to each other, right? All right, and the senior. So we say that you are coming up from here to here, and basically at the end we will find the senior level. What I expect from myself to get when I hire a junior developer is expectation nothing. So here you expect nothing, literally. Let's write it, expect nothing. And this is what your teammates should do for you if you are there. If you are a middle, let's say you are here, you should go back and refactor or tell these juniors what to do. So here in the meanwhile, you will have like some tasks, right, to learn from. And these tasks are really normal stuff like, hey, refactor this, implement like a simple query, or do something like that, like very, very small, right? The second thing is actually whenever you are a junior, you might get heavy tasks as well. You might get heavy tasks, but these tasks will take days for you. So basically, let's say an implementation of I don't know, like let's say you are on front end, and some guy told you, hey, do a component, one component though, for date, for example, date picker or something like that, right? So how does the senior think about this date picker, right? The senior will probably say this, I will have props for that. All right, I will think about a range picker, right? Or a normal day picker. He will think about types, right? He will think about a lot of stuff. So basically this is what is the senior about. So basically the senior will come up with a lot of architectural thinking, right? And the second thing for this is the fact that if you start as a junior, you might say, okay, I will create, and you create the component, and the component is there. But then you will face some errors, like here you will have errors, and then you say to yourself, hey, you know what, I will go back and refactor, and then you will go back and do a lot of mistakes here, which will take a lot of time, right? So I mean, that's the difference. the being a middle developer, when you're here, you might have the best of both worlds, right? If someone asks you like this, you might have like really good like folder management or whatever. You might actually seen that before, right? But when it comes to seniority, and let's say you do everything like this and you move here, that's always like a really hard thing to reach out, because then you will have like a backpack that you come with. I'll call it a backpack like this. So ask me, for example, hey, will you do kind of like a chart in your application? I say, yeah, I worked with high charts, or I worked with something like Apex before, right? So that's the funny part, right? If you ask me, hey, did you work with state management? I would say, yeah, I worked with Zasta, and then I also worked with Redux kind of thing, right? So it will keep going like this. It always come up to the point where you know your stuff, and that's your backpack. So to call someone senior or middle or whatever, I think it's even falsy thing, because it's either someone came with this backpack or someone is eager to learn. And to be a senior, you need probably 1.5 years, right? To have like certain level. And believe me, some guy who knows math, for example, can be better senior than some guy who doesn't know math, because he's used to solving problems, kind of, right? And that's it. I mean, let me know what you think about this, what we drew right now. It's just that it might make sense better for me, right? It might have better output for me than not being able to know your level. It's just that you know your backpack and you know your stuff, right? No, gents, I don't think 10 years is an experience. Is a senior. It doesn't have to do anything with years. I mean, you can come now and find a junior who knows everything already. And why is that? Because you might have worked with like, let's say, I don't know, like multiple frameworks coming up to React, right? To apply for a React job, and you don't have an experience with the React, so you might not call yourself a senior developer for React, let's say, right? So it depends, yeah. It depends. Years, I give yourself 2 years with good dedication, you will go to be like a good really developer, right? Nice. And a good maybe kind of senior developer at that point, right? Let me see. I mean, I think I have now installed PostgreSQL on port 5432. The only thing that I need to do is just to initialize it. Yeah. And I'm needing database servers, right? I'm not sure now which one. Web development, probably. We need something for web development and need also database server. That would be to select them all. I have no idea which one. But you know what? I might not select anything for now. And just go. You must select at least one package to install before you continue. Alright. Maybe there is a PG agent, right? PG agent might be good. It's very funny that I found out that I have the installation locally, but yeah, it's PG admin 4. That's what it got installed right now on my PC. Yeah, okay, Jens, I mean, it depends, right? But yeah, I get your point. All right, now I forgot what is my password. Man. Oof. Now I forgot what is my password actually. I have a boiler app and I have a Postgres. Why do I have this many databases though? I'll create a new database, but do you know, guys, what is the parameter or the advanced stuff that I may use for creating a new user? I might actually need to create a new user for this exactly project, and so we just have it there for us locally, right? what did you dev there? What do you mean? Can you, Jens, maybe explain your question more? Yeah. All right. I'll create a new database and then maybe I don't know my password actually. I don't know, it's kind of root or something like that, but I will test it out, right? That would be it. Let's call this database white noise, just there. The OID, I don't need it. I will save this. All right, then I need to create kind of like maybe like some tooling for the user itself. All right, I'm getting the properties now for this. It is, I actually showed this application just a while ago. Let me actually share my screen again to show it with you. The application is a white noise application, right? It has like simple noises here that you can guys hear, like brown noise, coffee noise, or whatever. Let me just do something very quickly. And it has a focus and break timer. And now I'm thinking about actually saving everything to a database and see how it works basically. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And that's why we are discussing about PostgreSQL or something like that to add up to the app. And I'm not sure yet how it is. I did actually now a small PostgreSQL part, and I probably will add up some Prisma. Yeah. All right, cool. Let me just go to find out something about Prisma, how installed. I forgot actually the npx Prisma, I think, but there is this initializing scripts to actually take care of. All right. All right, is this React? Yes, it is React. It is React with basically Express. Yeah. All right, so we have our server there. For the env examples, we need database URL basically, right? Yeah. So here we don't have actually a variable that is sophisticated, but it might be that we need to install actually the username and password for our PostgreSQL stuff, but here I called it white noise already. So this is our database URL for the Prisma that we are gonna prepare. And also, as this is locally, it might need just the username and password, which I honestly don't know at this point. I'm just trying to actually create a new user for us right now. And it seems like the PG app, I set up actually a user before and I forgot about it. So it's very funny enough, right? Very fun enough. Looks like next. This is behind me now is Express, kind of, right? Yeah, user React only for the front end. NVChat, no, this is a new Vim, but basically very close to NVChat, by the way. All right, I might forgot actually what is my password. Let me actually exit PostgreSQL and enter again for the PG admin part. Oh man, I am so sick of me doing stuff and then forgetting about what I did there. All right, so it took some time to load. Now I'm trying to open up. It says that enter the okay. All right, you know what? I created a new user now I found out about it. This user will have just this as an environment variable, so I don't have actually a problem doing this, and this will be root. So that's it, and then we are done. So yeah, thank you, Jens, for that. Thank you a lot. I mean, I like really having good supporters in the chat, because they know exactly that we are not doing anything without asking the chat, which creates this kind of like communication part. And And this is amazing that you are loving it, because I also do, because I'm really learning much from it. And I kind of like that the chat are actually helping me to do everything here. All right, for Prisma though, I might, because I don't have Firebase and I don't want to use Firebase anymore, I might do, actually I might install Prisma first, right? I might need for the server to have the package.json with Prisma installed, right? But at this point, do we really need it? Doesn't it come with globally? But maybe I will, you know what, I will npm install Prisma for the server as a dev dependency, which seems like a really good idea. And I hope that it supports on the top of its head or whatever directly TypeScript, because that would be really bad if it did it. And one more thing about Prisma, we need to install Prisma client, which is something that is actually needed for us as well here. All right, so Prisma, I did a mistake. Prisma client, nice. Prisma is an ORM. What is an ORM is basically an object model driven kind of like ORM manager for you. So object relationship manager for your database, something like that. Relational manager, object relational manager, something like that. That comes with models. So if you want like a user, you just create one user model and then you move on, right? Well, good question here. Someone asked about the use of NeoVim. It took me 1 month to get used to it 100%. But the little that I told you guys is that I prepared something from my GitHub. You can go there and find it. It's here that I have my dot files. So here I called it my NeoVim setup. And now I will pin it in the chat so you guys can find out about it. So it's kind of like a DB layer. Yes, kind of. And it's a very good DB layer. You know what? Because nobody needs anything to do. Prisma, you just need 2 commands and you start with it, and a good, let's say a good schema, we call it a good schema. Though I am really bad at doing these schemas, but now today we are going to do something really good. And as we installed PostgreSQL locally, we want to continue with it locally for now. Yeah. All right, so what else? So here we have all the configuration that I did for NeoVim, for actually the chatter who asks about NeoVim, and that's really helpful if you guys can share your opinion about this, or maybe can add to it and do PRs. Okay. Rayson said that it might be good to use Supabase. I mean, yeah, it might be good, but we are afraid now that if we use Supabase, it might by the end of this year, if we actually going to deploy this app, it might be that they just make it with money, right? So I'm not wanna risk it right now, and I wanna just do it slowly locally and then move on. Maybe even have on my VPS my own PostgreSQL installed there, or Docker or whatever that runs everything together, or Kubernetes. That's also nice to actually run multiple stuff and stuff like that. All right, so guys, our goal as usual is to reach out to as many followers as possible on TikTok. So today, I don't know how much we are already, but we are really going good, and that's amazing. Yeah. Now we have around 7,300 users. We are aiming to have around 10,000, let's say, by the end of this month. If that's possible and you can make it happen, that would be amazing, right? So if you are new and you didn't follow, please do, because that pushes me forward to kind of like to create more and be able to do this every day, because I am actually streaming every day. So you can, if you are in the US, where are you from, by the way, guys? Comment in the chat. If you are in the US or not in the US, it depends where you are from. It might be late if you are in Europe when you see me actually streaming at after midnight. Now it's 1 a.m. for me in Germany, and yeah, for other people it might be fine, because the guys who join from the US always are from CST times, which means that they come up, if you are from Texas, basically right now it's probably around 7 p.m. for you, kind of like that. Yeah, even no, not 7 p.m. CST, like 3 plus 3, yeah, around 7 p.m. Yeah, so Jamie is actually 2 a.m. and he's watching. That's really nice. Nigeria racing, nice. Aox said hello. Hello there. Jens said Germany, nice. I see that a lot of Germans watching. That's nice. So another guy in Europe, or no, maybe not actually. I think we are on with Nigeria. I'm not sure what is the time in Nigeria, but I'm sure that it's not far from us. All right. Cool. Now that we actually did that DB client thingy, let's do the most stupid thing ever, which is npx Prisma init. Is it like that it's written, right? Hopefully. Hopefully we don't come up now to do like the most stupid thing ever and block the whole thing. All right, let me check. It's npx Prisma, but then we need kind of like to do migration and generation of schema, right? So yeah, let's try this. Oh, Prisma not installed, right? And now command Prisma. Should I install it npx, I said, right? Ah, yeah, you see the problem? It should be npx. All right, so our Prisma schema got created. We need just to set the database URL part, and we need to set the provider, which is now for us PostgreSQL, and then run Prisma DB pull and Prisma generate. All right, so for us we have where is the schema? Here you go, the schema part, which is very bad for me because it's not read correctly. Provider should be, you know what, I don't want to mess with this one. Yeah, env database URL, that's correct actually, or not. Let me just check, because now as we are running it actually locally, yeah, correct. Nice, so that's fine. I mean, yeah, now it says that we need to Prisma DB pull. Oh, okay. Wasn't it installed in the dev dependencies, or maybe we need to npx that as well? I actually have it in the in here, but it might be that we need to do always the npx part, right? Yeah, all right. npx Prisma DB pull. It says that Prisma schema loaded from Prisma blah blah, environment variables loaded from env data source blah blah blah. Okay, can't reach database server at 5432. Please make sure database is running at localhost. Might be that our database is not working fine. It should be working, because we have one that I need to delete. Let me check. I will delete everything that I don't need for now, and I need also to make sure that our Prisma localhost, it said 52, right? Let me check. 5432. Yeah, it's not working properly, I suppose, but nevertheless that's not a problem. We might just need to create like some schema, right? Or we might need a second thing, which is to migrate this first and then see, maybe that is the issue. Yeah, it cannot actually check that. Okay, you know what? Environment variables loaded from env. That's cool that the environment variables are loaded correctly, but it says that there is no database called white noise, which I have in front of my eyes just right now. All right, so let me maybe Yeah, I have my schema also loaded, which is very strange for me now to see this. Maybe one in the chat actually let us know what is the problem. Oh, all right. Someone actually wanted us to check some GitHub repo. We will do it later. Thank you. When do you usually start your session? I start usually at 10 p.m. CET. Yeah. Yeah. The DB server is not reachable and it's very fun. Yeah, watching the debugging is really fun. Yeah. I actually have it here for some reason. My PG admin is not working correctly. Let me see. Maybe I am blocking it from happening or something like that. So databases, we have two databases with the same root. All right, you know what? I would create a simple table just to see that it's gonna migrate. And let's see. So basically, we have our schema being read correctly. And then table, we have no table. I'll just create a table here. For this table, we need kind of like maybe generic name like tests. It's gonna be public and it's gonna be in the PG default table space. Does that work maybe? I'm not sure. I think it's not a good idea to do that now. Yeah, so Jens said try to connect to the CLI client. That might be good actually. All right. CLI client for PostgreSQL, I think. Do you have something in mind? Because I didn't use something like that before. They say that might be like PSQL you need me to do maybe. Yeah, so for the CLI I think I need like some packages. And I am now checking. All right, let's check. So we have this problem now. This problem that we have with the Prisma migrate dev not being there, or even if we do Prisma RPX Prisma pull, it does not work for us, right? Ah, okay. A non-command pool. Okay, it didn't find out that Prisma DB pool. Yeah, but yeah, I think I might need to install it for some reason. All right, let me check that out. Maybe I can find a solution for this. Or maybe because I do the init part? Yes, I did the init part. So the only thing that is taking us from there is, yeah, the folder already exists. And then if we do npx Prisma, let's so migrate dev or something like that, it does tell us that we have a problem, can't reach database server, blah blah blah, even though that I have my PG client there. Yeah, I might find it like with brew, right? Let's install it with brew. PostgreSQL. But before that, let me just make sure that this is not a common thingy, and I need just something simple for it. Because if that's the case, then we may be in a big loss. All right, so I will just go up. I forgot actually how can I do that. 1 second. There is a possibility for me to select. Actually, I will yank this and check it on Google very fast, just to make sure that we are not problematic here. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I need to yank actually. The first thing on Google said is like everything works fine. Yeah, I think I know why. I'm probably installing like the PostgreSQL right now on Windows. So maybe maybe we need actually to install the PostgreSQL on Brew or something like that, and then move forward, right? All right, cool. Or let me just check one thing. Here, our database. Actually, I might check it in the files. Our database is cool. I just set up Postgres and root as our password, and it might not work correctly for now, but it should have been. Like we should have at least migrated one thing or two. All right, cool, no problem then. Let's install it on Brew with Brew, all right? And then move forward from there. Let's not make this forever. It's called PSTGR or something like that. No, PSQL, right? PSQL with Brew. Yeah. Okay. Let us free the first one. Yeah, for that I'll just do BLLS and maybe do post. So as you see here, I don't have anything that is called Postgres. So brew install Postgres. It's like that written, PostgreSQL, right? All right, cool. A lot of things getting installed. That's nice. Let's see what will happen then. All right, guys, follow please. Oh, nice. I thank you a lot for sharing and following and all of that. It really helps. But now I will just I'll just exit my PG admin and make sure to run everything in the terminal from now on. Yeah, thanks Jens for all this helpful comments, because it helps a lot. Yeah, nice. How many people we have now? We have around already 17 new followers. That's really nice. We are trying to reach out to 7,500 followers by the end of the stream. So if you are new here, please follow. And Curtis asked what we are building. We are just building a PostgreSQL server right now. and we are trying out to connect our database later on with Prisma. Nice. Cool. Because Juanito, that's a really good question. Firebase, actually, I just went to install it, and you know what I found out? That it told me, no, you don't have free access. It wanted me to upgrade the project, which means that I need to pay them to use Firebase. So at this point, we are gonna use Firebase only for sign in and sign out because of Google stuff and all of that. And then we will migrate. We'll probably go to something else. We try something new. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like paying for apps, which is kind of, yeah, something that I don't really want to do right now. Cool. Okay, it's done supposedly, right? So I will try PostgreSQL and check. Postgres does not know where to find the server configuration file. Oh well, all right. I don't know how to do that. Let's check. So we might actually need to kind of update our environment variables, right? All right. So they said that PSQL needs to be installed by default. PSQL, right? And PSQL has a server connection error on the socket, so the server is not there at all. So probably we need like kind of service to be installed, right? You know what, let me ask also, this is version. So nice, yeah. So brew needs to start services, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. It did work then. All right. Let's see this then. Brew services list maybe. Nice. So PostgreSQL 14 is now running as a service locally, which is really nice. Probably we need to set up like a username and stuff because I have no idea. Nice. We solved the small issue now. All right, you know what? Let me just create. How can I create DB, by the way? Does it work like this? Just like that? Okay, we need to then connect PSQL -u, and then basically I don't know who am I actually. Who am I? 1 second. Rod, right? Okay. Rod is actually my gaming nickname, but I don't know at this point how can I connect with PSQL. So I was thinking maybe to follow up with this U and then do the who am I part, and then it will create something for me there with who am I, then D, and then I say white noise. Okay, I'm connected. How can I check for databases and stuff? Nice, that seems cool. Now we are connected to that. All right, nice. So what about actually having a password and a username for that? How do I know my username and password for the database? Maybe, I'm not sure actually. It's really yeah, it's really kind of obscure for me. All right. Yeah, I need to check actually if my user okay, you know what, does my user have a password? No, okay, but in this case I probably want to set a password for it, so I just need to exit this and yeah, you don't see the whole screen just because you're on TikTok. So if you want to actually basically see the whole screen, you can go to Twitch or to basically Kick, because on Twitch and Kick I actually stream with full screen, by the way, and I'm trying actually to build as many viewership on TikTok, and then yeah, and then we will see basically if we will move on to another platform in the future. Yeah. Ah, okay. Someone said that I think you can do without who am I, but with D and white noise, -D and white noise. Yeah, that's actually a good thing. But yeah, when we checked about the password, I think it didn't give us any password there. So we might want to set a password for PSQL basically. And it's gonna be just like that. Let me try. So it says does not exist. Let me try again. Error connection to server socket, fatal database rod, but we don't have database rod, right? White noise, and then we are there. PSQL. Alright, so it doesn't return anything. We might actually just set a password for that. So how can we actually enter the part about PLSQL? Does it just do that? No. Exit? Yeah. Dash, what is it? Dash Q to exit? Okay. PLSQL or PSQL, sorry for that. Okay, so basically if you do PSQL only, it does not return anything. That's really cool. How do you start with coding? Basically start with something small, like I don't know, like learning Python, maybe later to learn something like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, small stuff, and then move forward from there with asking as many questions to Google and seeing for yourself if you can actually set a goal. Let's say your goal will be kind of like to be a web developer or something like that, because with your goal then you can move forward to know what you want to build and also what stack you are familiar with and we're going to be familiar with in the future as well. Do Vim have AI assistant like Cursor? Yes, it does, but I didn't install it actually. How to open Linux terminal and Visual Studio? You can just do Control G and then switch to Bash. It might ask you that if you want to install WSL or something like that, you can do that. But I don't think that if you are doing Visual Code means that you are on your basically on your Windows machine, and why should you, right? If you are wanting like to use RMRF or something like that, just use Bash, because Bash or Git Bash, it will do that the same for you. Yeah. All right, so I want to actually see what I have here. So I have template and PostgreSQL with the owner of fraud. So the only thing now I need to do is just to kind of set a password for that white noise app, right? I don't know if that will work. It tells me that you need yeah, for the default user it doesn't set kind of like a password, but I would love to have one. So for now, yeah, I think like this, if I just say select username password from PG or something. But how to enter PSQL actually? The thing with me now, if I type PSQL, it tells me PSQL rod maybe, I don't know, PSQL -u, who am I, like that. It says that there is an error of connection. I'll try Postgres, yeah. But if I do directly with that, with who am I, and then the white noise, it connects directly there. Let's just for fun. We are inside that database though. I don't know, might be that select all from, I'm not sure. Didn't work like that for sure. Or you know what, let me just say show DB or something like that. Doesn't work, right? How can I show the databases, right, on PostgreSQL? If anybody knows, /t I don't know, tuples only. No, that's not correct. Or /d. I think that's not correct. This is for relationship and tuples, basically, it says. Yeah. It shows something, but I forgot about it. Like, I always forget this kind of stuff. Yeah, now I am reading the documentation. Okay. So the thing is that if it connects to something like that, I think -L, let me say -L plus maybe, to show all the tables. Okay, so this shows, yeah, okay, thank you guys. So it's L for listing, it's / and L, or show databases. It doesn't work actually. So for me, because it's PL SQL, sorry for that. Yeah, maybe I should have told you about that. These are my templates for databases, and this is PG default. What is PG default doing actually? Is it like a default template for like a database or something like that? Maybe you guys can tell me, but I have no idea, honestly. All right, so now to connect to our database, we can just do we can do this. I actually don't care anymore right now. Our database doesn't have a password, so we can leave it like that, and try again maybe. Let me just exit this. Yeah, so Qt quit, clear, and do Prisma pull or something like that. Let me check what it is, because I totally forgot. npx prisma init or npx prisma migrate dev, or maybe because we are on the first time, let's do npx prisma migrate dev. Oops, no. We need to be in our server, by the way. And then we do that again. Okay. So it says user Postgres was denied. For sure it's not on white noise public, so at least we did something correct. It's not Postgres, probably it's ROD, I'm not sure. Let's check now. All right, it worked, but it worked without a really good without a password, because we don't have a password for that database. But I hate this actually. Yeah, I kind of hate this. User PostgreSQL was denied then, and then when I did it again, it says that white noise database is actually there. Yeah, you know what I'm actually thinking about right now? Is how can I know that my services, why it did delete everything? I'm not sure. 1 second. It delete all my my other terminal for some reason. Okay. Why I'm writing clear? Okay, so I was thinking about services now. Look at that. So each time we are going to do this, we need to know that we are actually in need to start a server for service for PostgreSQL before doing anything, kind of, right? By the way, my WSL just exited for some reason, but now it's back. Let me create and call tmux back. Yeah, tmux just exited for some reason. What a bummer. Okay, so let me go back to the white noise app here, and here where we are developing, and here clear, and do services list again. All right, cool. So we have our service there. The only thing now we need to check is the Prisma client part. So the Prisma client is connected and it's doing its job, right? The only thing he is saying, yeah, it's using Prisma Client JS, and the database source is this. Might be that we need to do something like Prisma npx Prisma generate or something like that. One second. Oh, we need to be in the server part. Npx Prisma generate. Not npm, npx. You don't have any models defined in your schema, so nothing will be generated. Okay, so it works as intended, right? Cool. Now we can create stuff for this Prisma stuff, alright? Does this look like VS Code? No, it's NeoVim, by the way. NeoVim, and we are doing NeoVim plus some configuration that I did for Lua design, and that's it. Some guy said, why is it a white noise? Because white noise is kind of like a very known name for something as just static noise, and they call them just white noises, and they started to add like white noises for a coffee shop, white noises for something like that. And it's now we are building white noises app, and the database is called white noise, kind of, that's why. All right, so let's create kind of like schema for a to-do list, right? What do you suggest, guys? We have users for a to-do list, the to-do list, the to-do list array, and what else? Users, that's nice. Yeah, for sure should be users. But by the way, why do we have here the database sources as a DB like this, but without any? Okay, whatever. I think we can start here. The model of the user and the model of the to-do. Maybe we set like a category for it and stuff like that, right? Do anybody know what is like the add the tools? Yeah, data transfer object. Ooh. Yeah, so men like Mickey. I will show you what I'm trying to do, because you guys came here probably a bit late, but yeah, let me create two things. Let me create like a dashed one here and go up and do the npm run dev for my front end. Run dev. Yeah, so here you go. Now I'm running the app. I will share it with you guys. Yeah. So my app is a React app ready that has white noises in it, and I'm explaining this to Mickey, who asked. So that will be good. So this white noise app here has like simple white noises like this one here. By the way, I don't have photos for the white noises or whatever, so I set them up as placeholders of bears basically. So you see here I'm running the white noise of a coffee shop or something like that, and also I have like a focus and a break timer, and the app itself is like an app for a to-do list, right? An app that help you do your to-do list with listening to some white noises, and kind of like also having your timer working on the background like this. We will set another white noise for whenever the timer is done. So everything like that for now. These models for the white noise are all in the front end. So my front end is done 100% kind of, but I need to add a database. And when I talk to you guys about databases, SQL and stuff like that, you suggested to have like Postgres SQL installed locally, because Firebase, which I used for, actually let me take the screen off a bit so you can see. I used actually Firebase. Oops. Why cannot do that? Oh, okay, I didn't exit. So I used Firebase for the front end, and the front end actually is very sophisticated at this point. We are using TanStack router, Firebase for connection. Where is my Firebase config? I think I have it somewhere here, right? So when I tried actually to use my DB right here, like the get Firestore app, it didn't work because it told me that I need to pay for it, basically, right? And I was like, okay, if I'm gonna pay for it, then I'm not gonna use it. And here we go. The next step is just to install Prisma, and we are going to the database URL part. And we did the database from Windows to WSL. It didn't work for some reason. The kind of like it didn't detect it, like the white noise array. And I tried my best to do it. So it was like a good idea for me to just install PostgreSQL with Prisma and Brew, basically. And right now I'm actually doing models and stuff like that to see if we are able to connect to our database and to also create some models, right? That's it. And then we will migrate and see if everything is good. Then we move on, right? Cool. Yeah, I mean, do you have any more questions, guys? Because I think that now we are on the clear, then we can continue, right? I will answer a few of your questions. I use now Firebase only for the security of Google sign-in or whatever. Yeah, but it's really bad also. I think some people in the chat gave me like even better alternatives. Yeah. Shock Turtle said he has built SaaS in 2 weeks using Cloud AI. Well, good for you. I never used Cloud AI for building anything. No, I used it for building a chart. Oh, you said it's free for authentication and authentication with PostgreSQL. Mel, for me, I don't know why. Maybe because I'm Germany or something like that. They make it paid. I don't know. And Yasminka said that you need like probably an object for songs and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and our models, we will do that. Right now, let's create like a simple model of user, right? And you guys gonna help me with that. So model user, right? Should it be uppercase? I have no idea. It's like a shot in the dark. And then let me see if it accepts, like, should I do indentation myself or... Oh, so it's reading that. It's reading Prisma. That's nice. My LSP is helping me here. So ID of string. For sure, this one should be of @ID. I don't know what is like the default part of it, but I heard that this will work. So default of UUID. And that's it, right? Okay, when I save, it does do that for me. That's cool, like the indentation and stuff. Name string for sure. Can be whatever. What else should we add? Email. Is there like a type of email or something like that? I have no idea about this. Yes, uppercase for all. Are you sure? I feel like you want to troll me here. You can see your ID, I think, too. Yeah, okay. So here I will just use a string. I know that there is something called unique. Yeah, I used that before. Password, I don't need that now. Should we? Okay, you know what? What if we create our own authentication later on? Right? So kind of like every user has his own password and stuff like that. But for now, not really. Okay, so to-dos will be the array of to-dos that we will create also on the bottom. And this will be like that. Every to-do should have an ID basically, and that should be also a string of ID, and that should be defaulted to UUID. Oh, what is happening? Did it do that itself? I mean, I'm happy, but okay. It does do relationships itself. So every user, it has a relationship to the user ID. Okay. Do you guys understand what just happened? So now it's without framework. What do you mean by that? Is Java must be needed by the industry, or much needed by the industry? Yeah, Java is really used hardcorely for OOP stuff, for like hardcore typed stuff. And honestly, I really like it much. I started with it learning. I started with Java, which is kind of complicated, but then I moved on to certain stuff like JavaScript, and I like JavaScript more, honestly. And at that time, I was like, I would never go back, right? All right, so now I was thinking actually maybe the model of the to-do will have, okay, I don't know what happened, but I will just do everything on top of this. I will do like a description, or you know what, let's do a status. Should our kind of to-do have its status? Yeah, it should be, and that status should be in the backend. Why not, right? Oops. Sorry guys, it's very loud every 1 hour and a half. It checks that I am doing great, not dead in front of my screen. Please, do you have a group for beginners? What do you mean by that? What do I think about Go? Well, Go for me is kind of like obscure, because honestly I don't know much about it. I never used it. I know that it's from Google, and that's it. Axel said, is this Kotlin? No, it's not Kotlin, sorry. This is JavaScript, React, and Express in the backend. Yeah. All right, I'm reading your comments. It's going too much fast. Do you recommend virtual internship? And what is that again? I think Flutter is better for app development. It's cross-platform popular. Yes, Flutter is really good with cross-platform stuff, but do you really want to use it? It depends on you, because honestly, the thing with Flutter, it's just more mobile than stuff like what I do. I do web, by the way. And Raptomi, you can follow us. Okay, you can go to my profile and actually ask to join our Discord. It works like the link works, and you will be able to join us there, and you will be able to actually talk about it and stuff. All right? Yeah, nice. By the way, if you also want to support or stuff like that, please follow here. You can follow in the creator directly by being even in the live stream, or you can be able to kind of like join our Discord, or maybe subscribe on top. I don't know how many subscriptions do we have, but we have the possibility for subscriptions as well. Yeah. Do you have any AI or machine learning? Locally, I didn't install any AI, but I think I will install something with the chat someday. You asked a very hard question for me. Favorite thing about JavaScript / TypeScript in 5 words. Full stack, that's a very good thing, because full stack, you can write JavaScript back and front end now. Scalability, it's good scalable when it comes to using the right stack. So if you do the T3 stack for JavaScript, for example, Prisma, TRPC, I don't know, like React in the front, and XJS in the front end, and back end as well. So basically you can scale it super much. Third thing, fast, very fast actually. And fourth thing, widely used, which is really nice. It has like really good support, right? And also the 5.1 probably, I would say, I have nothing in particular, but I like the usability part of it. Like I can kind of like go and use it everywhere, and everybody can be able to understand it, because it's not that hard of a language to understand and move on. So basically, if I was in a situation where I took like a 1 month holiday, some guy can come in and actually understand my code, and if he finds a bug, can fix it. And it happened before actually. Thanks for the answer. Do you have a Discord channel? Yes, I have it on my profile. Please go there and let me add you. You can actually be added automatically via the invitation in my profile. Firdav said, white noise, White House. What do you mean by that? White noise. It means that we are actually creating an app for white noises. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with this. So the status, I was actually thinking about doing a status, and the status can be of model status. And I will tell you why I did a model of status, because honestly, I can default it to something. This can be defaulted to pending, for example, right? And why pending? Okay, let's write it as all caps so we can do this. And then I think if I do u, it will be like that. And then let's do a model of status. Come on, status. And then that model of status can be, or you know what? Let's make it as an enum. All right. And this can be either pending, either what else? Either in progress or completed, right? And completed like that, right? And it might be that we will have a category for this. Yeah, it might be that we need a category. Just output it like an offset kind of table that stores where this to-do is created at and something like that, right? Oh, gee, nice. Probably want to have an incomplete one. You know what? You brought very nice, actually. Or actually pending is fine, but we can do this. I don't know how can I make a comment here. How can I make a comment? Yeah, like a JavaScript, right? Nice. So what I'm gonna do, I will use this for badge system later on or something like that. So if you complete like so many things in a row, we can give you a badge and say, hey, you really have the possibility to take like a 7 in a row completed tasks, and therefore you will gain this badge. All right, so for people asking for Discord, actually it is on my profile. You can find it there. You have to fly to Java, beautiful island. If you're there, you're learning the Langsamer easily. I think Leah is a German, and she just wrote the very funniest phrase ever. All right, I just touched my mouse and I got scared because I had the the mouse active kind of thing. All right, who said something about DeepSeek? I use DeepSeek sometimes, yeah, but not much. What are you doing? Christy asked. I'm doing like a white noise development app. Now we are doing kind of like a database for it, right? So let's do also some stuff here for this. Let's add a description that is not gonna be there. Like that. Should it be like that, right? Or am I wrong? Yeah. So if something, let me delete this because it's making problems. The model is not, okay, then this one is not making any problems. Byte system later on. Model category. For me, if the category was like, hey, let me just make string kind of category for every to-do that will tell me, hey, this to-do is created at this time and deleted at this time or something like that. So I keep track of that kind of person that will delete his to-dos just to appear that he finished all his to-dos, right? So now string unique. All right, what else should we do? To-dos. Is it to-dos array or? Yeah. At this point, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following the chats. Created at, right? It should be string or a date. Date time, right? Is there a date time something? Yeah, date time. Like that. Or it should be defaulted for now. That's what you're saying. Okay. Nice. And then what else? Updated at maybe? Can be updated. Yeah. Daytime also. And it might be using the updated at function. Is it a function or just written like that? Guys, correct me if I'm writing something wrong, okay? Oh. Zayn said something really nice. He said, do created at annotation and Prisma will do it automatically. So if I do this, created at, or let me try again. Sadly, my Prisma doesn't, because I am on NeoVim. Probably on VS Code it will do it with the Prisma extension. Sorry, Zayn, I think that's the problem here. Chaz asked, how do you get better at coding? Well, yeah, I think you just try as much as you can. Like what I'm doing right now, it's inconsistently like trying to develop stuff outside of your work, and try also to learn as much as you can when it comes to databases, architecture, front end, back end, anything like that, and start building like small projects like the one that I'm doing now, and branch out from there, try everything from there, right? Yeah. Oh, some guy is having trouble making a firmware to root kit in VS Code, but what does that even mean? Yeah. All right. I'm actually struggling about the fact that the people that watch my live stream, like if you see my graph, like it's 99% boys and 1% girls. And I don't understand, are girls not really into coding at all? Like literally? Like they just don't want to try it? I'm just thinking about it, right? And I want to ask this question. I don't know why I ask it, but just it's a mystery for me. Yes, lazy dog. I use the split keyboard from Kinesis. Yeah. Lazy dog. Nice name. And you have a dog in your PDP as well. Oh, Above and Beyond is here, back again. Welcome, welcome. We are setting up a backend already with Prisma. Everybody in the chat is telling me that I'm trash, so I am trying today to set up something for all of you, so you don't have to trash me again about backends. Zoldak or Zoldiak said, how many days do I need to understand Next.js and React? React, it will be harder than Next.js actually, because Next.js comes with an app router, for example, that skips the routes, comes with a lot of stuff that are really cool. But React, you need to actually instead its hooks and stuff like that, and these hooks are really scary, and you will be actually understanding them for a long period of time. So what I suggest here is just to go with the flow and try your best to understand what you can, and that's it. And start with React before Next.js, because React is actually in Next.js included, so you will understand React a bit and then move on. No, bro, never doing that shit, believe me. Nice. So yeah, I mean, I think my question was in hand, yeah. All right, so class component give me nightmare at night more than any killer. Hey, I won't drop the database. I said it wrong. Admin 101 wants me to drop my Prisma database. I code around 2 hours to 8 hours per day. That's it, maximum. Yeah. Class components give me nightmare at night. All right, so now we are doing Prisma stuff, so it's close to class components. But yeah, class components will give you so much nightmares if you do it wrongly. Yeah. All right, so the status description, and then we said enums. We have due date maybe. I'm not sure, but I think that I'm doing too much here. Due date for date time, and it might be you know what, oops, it might be that we don't need it. Just for now, anything that I will put now is just not needed, kind of, right? Category, let me see if I just save what it does. Okay, so what I wanted to do is to have a category for every to do, and this category will be related to the category array that we did there. So it's a category, and does it do anything? Maybe, oh, it's added it by default. So let me read this in a very oh man, I don't like when it does this for me. Then I won't do anything at this point. Okay, then I'll just add one thing before I move to understanding what it does. Date time, and then add default now, and then I will just do updated at date time, and that will be updated at or something like that. Cool. So now what I'm struggling with is that how it actually knew that the relationship exists. What's the model? It's a Prisma model. Just we are going to have it in our configuration for PostgreSQL and use it in our front end, basically, or back end. Yeah. Cool. Kind of confused. I come from CPP, but what is CPP though? C++ you mean? Or yeah. Yeah, you are the guy that writes with P instead of plus. You know the command code in Minecraft to teleport to certain coordinates? No, I don't. So you skipped all database creation classes? Yes, kind of, but Prisma doesn't do that. Prisma does develop a migration for you whenever you create a schema, kind of. Yeah. So now let me check. So this relationship of fields of category ID references the ID from the category array, right? And this user, but is it that it's not for the user here? Is it that it's not possible to actually have a user without to-dos, or to do without a user? Isn't it what it should be like? And by the way, I hate that I did to-dos here. I will just do to-do and go fix all my to-dos. But here it says that the relationship field user uses the scalar field user ID. At least one of those fields is optional. Hence the relationship must be optional as well. No, it shouldn't. Should be, yeah, it should be that every user will have a to-do and must have a to-do. And the relationship shouldn't be conditional. Yeah. So these two are together basically. And this user ID of string will keep that relationship alive. That's it. This created category ID of string will keep that relationship alive. And therefore, this relationship is something that we don't need, but Prisma needs. Okay. Anybody has maybe problem with what I wrote? But what is data decomposition though? maybe you know better, so you can explain to us, because that would be really helpful. You know what, here in the chat, we are learning from each other, and I listen to my chat as much as I can. So by the way, this project is really big, as you see on the second part of my screen. And it's not really big, but we built it for like 1 month now, and we are trying to build its backend right now. So it was only front end, and we actually don't need a backend at all, right? The thing is that we are doing a small Prisma ORM right now, migration, just because I was doing what is it called, Firebase, and Firebase actually asked me to pay, and I was like, not big, man, it's just big for a live stream. Not that big though. Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to kind of like add to it the server side stuff. Yeah. You are a script kid. Yeah, I think so. JavaScript kid. Yeah. Well, it's not that big, but it has a lot of stuff that we need. But yeah, maybe guys, you can explain to me what is this stuff relationship more than I can explain them to you. Because here, for example, what I understand from what I do is that any model, if you did like a diagram, class diagram before, if you actually used to do that in school or something like that, it comes like something like this, where you actually have like some arrows in between the models, and these arrows explain how many users will have how many to-dos, kind of like that, right? So for a to-do, and I said that to-dos here, maybe I just need to-dos and to-dos array. That's correct. So for my to-dos and for my to-dos, I need a to-do model, and this model is this one. And for my to-do to know its user, it needs a user ID, right? That user ID will only work automatically and dynamically if there is a relationship, and that you say, hey, my user ID, which is this one here, and let me show you how is that. I'll just press that. So these two will reference the ID from the user array. So this is the reference, what you want to reference from the user array. Might be also that we can create some stuff for the user as well, like the user can be created at something, I don't know. But I use Firebase for that, so I might now switch my focus to actually have maybe GWT connections or something like that. Yeah, so this one should be updated at or something like that, right? Why it doesn't work like by default like that? It's actually working, right? Error validating user. This field declaration is invalid. Really? Ah, because it's date time for sure. Cool. I mean, that makes sense. Vite, yeah, we are using Vite also for the front end. Yeah, that's correct. By the way, guys, you can join in our Discord. You can just go to my profile and click there. You will find out my Discord and all the things that you need to join us. Right now we have 20 new followers, actually. That's really nice. And we have some messages. So if you need actually anything for my .env or NeoVim stuff, please message me. I will send them your way, right? And if we can reach out to 7,500 followers today, that will be amazing, right? And please share this live stream as much as you can, and also like it. That will be amazing if we can do something about this and it reaches more people, so we can have more suggestions by people and stuff. Yeah, cool. Do you have YouTube? I don't have YouTube yet, but I'm streaming on it right now. I have like a small channel that I'm testing with, maybe if I reach out to new users and stuff like that. But for me now, I have also Kick, and I have also Twitch. So guys, if you are wondering about where I stream and stuff like that, you can go here. That's my Twitch account. I shared it in the chat. And also I have a Kick account as well, which I am streaming right now at, both of them actually. And for someone asking how can I stream like this, Huffy asked, I stream like this using the a Live Studio from TikTok. You just need to download the Live Studio TikTok, and it will give you the possibility from OBS to stream to multiple platforms, and one of the multiple platforms is TikTok actually. So I hope that helps, kind of. Yeah. No, we talked about Next.js, but this is Vite, by the way. We are going to use Vite for React. How to buy 30 dedicated VPS to host 5 terabyte botnet. I mean, I think that's the joke. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so everybody who's here then new, you can follow, and I will help you out with understanding what we're doing here. So actually, I have a user email to do is wherever, but I'm thinking about a way to store my users when a new user comes in. I might actually have the possibility to store new user, because I use Firebase right now on Google Sign-In. I will check if that user exists in the database basically, and store him new if not, and then therefore I will have always a user in my app, and I have no complications about that. But yeah, sounds like a plan, right? Even though that I use Firebase now, I'm thinking about switching to something new. Yeah, cool. Sami said that he hates React and frontend. Well, it's either you're a frontend or a backend boy. Yeah. Would you suggest learning Python for data analysis? I mean, I can only suggest Python for learning anything about data. And that's really a good thing, because if you want to do data stuff, then Python will help you a lot, because you scrape data with Python, you edit data, you do data science, data management. A lot of things actually with data comes in handy if you use Python. And yeah, if you do it that way, it will be really better for you. Yeah. Cool. Good. Let me just see what I can do now about this model that we created. So now that our model is there, we will do something really crazy, which is go in here. Let me go down. cd zwh cd server mpx prisma migrate, or actually we did the generation, we just migrate dev, right? We give it a name of init. Cool. I'm really happy that this is working now, because it wasn't working before. Now in our front end, we will face a lot of problems because we have only kind of like, how can I say this? We have React, which is not an SSR component or SSR framework. So now we need to actually manage our way to do stuff correctly. But what I want to do now actually is to kind of like to go again to my white noise and do /t plus I forgot /list plus or something like that, -t tuples only. Okay, I think I can clear. No, I cannot. Man, exit /q to quit. All right, so let me clear here and just do this again. So we are now inside the white noise stuff, but I don't know how can I show databases. Okay, these are the databases. And yeah, oh no, actually these are only the tables, right? So we have a Prisma migration table, and we have the user to do and the category there, right? Nice. So now on the front end, we are actually good. You know what to do now? To actually go here and and maybe try something for that API thingy. I will create a couple of to-dos kind of like in my controller. So that check sanity is fine. I will just do like this export const get to-dos or something like that. and I will get all to-dos that I have in my database kind of, and also export const post to, I don't know, should we do it like that maybe? Is AI taking your job? Not yet, not yet, and I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy that it's not taking any of my jobs yet. All right, so every to-do needs to have a user. That's the problem now, is that we don't create any user when we are in our app. So where is that? Where is in the front end that I actually set the fact that a user can be existent? In Google sign in, I think. Hooks? No. Hooks, reusable, Google sign in. So here in the Google sign in the first time, we can wait for something and then we can check if a user is there. Otherwise, we can just set up the user, right? Our console.log the user for now. I actually have it console.log here, you see? So let me check what the user has, because you guys don't know, right? Here you go. This is the app, by the way. Why it's like this? Let me just make this bigger, like this, like that. Yeah. So nice. So now we are here. Look at, we can look at our user. This is kind of like the console log part of the app. You can just do this and then refresh and see if the user will be there. Okay, so the user is not here because I am logged out. Let me log in. And now we will have the user logged in probably into our Firebase stuff. Yeah, so this is my user. This is the email that I used, and this is the display name that I used as well. Anything else here we don't really need. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, hey, if display name and email, and this is by the way the user info, then please kind of store it in the database, right? All right. So for me now, I will just go and create like kind of route for this, right? And this route will be the route for setting up a user, right? All right. So to set up the user, then go to Prisma. We know that our user need to have an ID, name, email to do, and created at part. Let me see if I have any name. I have a display name, and I have, man, like, okay, the ID will be created automatically and to-dos will be automatically empty, right? Cool. So that's good. The Discord on my okay, let me try it. Is it really not working? If not working, I will give you a new one. I have no problem with that. No, it does work. It shows that it can accept it and move on to there. But you only need to have like the Discord app, by the way. Or if it doesn't work, copy and paste it on Chrome, like browser on your phone, and it will work automatically. It will take you to our Discord app, by the way. Or DM me and I will send you that. Prisma seems like an ORM. Yeah, it's an ORM actually. Prisma is an ORM, right? So what we are trying to do here, actually, if we go back to source and then components and then that sign in button, reusable, Google sign in. So try if there result.user. So we will save in the database user dot, where is it called? User dot display name and user dot email. Actually user dot display name and user dot email. Right. Cool. Nice. That seems cool. Then on this point, I need to create the route for that. and the route for that will be in our controllers in here. So export const create user, and this as always like that. It doesn't need kind of anything but Prisma at this point, and I don't know how to use that part. The Prisma part is a bit complicated for me because I never used it kind of, but we might need it to be actually set up in our server. So on our route, maybe here, before we pass anything, we create kind of like Prisma DB or something like that, or we can here do like db.js or init.js, sorry for that, init.js, and we do just a simple import. Let me just do it like that so you can see it. It's gonna be Prisma client, import Prisma client, is it be like this? I'm not sure. From Prisma slash, is it Prisma or at Prisma slash client? At Prisma slash client. Yeah, nice. Does it exist though? And then const Prisma equal to new Prisma client, something like that, right? What are you making? We are actually creating like a new ORM which is with Prisma, and trying to connect to it. Yeah. All right, cool. This Prisma client though needs to be called each time our application is there, but its value is never read for now. I might actually do what here? I might just export it, and I might also do something very cool, which is to create a function to actually disconnect each time, because I don't like the fact that we are connecting and not disconnecting, right? So on the server we might need a Prisma for like a DB function, kind of like, and this DB function will return always like a disconnection, right? It will take a query function, but it will also do a disconnection part. Yeah. So export const query and disconnect. That would be anonymous function actually, but I don't know, like in this case the query function should be here, and here it should be async, I think. So why we are doing this? I'm thinking about doing this so I can always disconnect kind of my connection to Prisma each time I call it, so I don't create a lot of connections and then my application will be suffering, right? Yeah, that's it. Kelvin said just use ChatGPT. Man, I know, but I don't want to, right? All right, so actually what is that query function type? It might be a type of promise, kind of, because what we will have here, type query function equal to anonymous function that returns a void of type promise. I'm not sure here what promise as a class, does it exist? I don't know. Promise of type void, does that work? Anybody here in the chat maybe tell us? I don't know, honestly. At this point I'm just shooting this in the dark. So why are you gonna do this? Because this query func here is of type query function, like that. Or I would call this query callback. query CB, right? So then it will make sense, right? And then I need to wait it, probably not. I will just query it to be dot catch maybe, or try catch or something like that. In this case we can catch directly, right? Yeah, dot catch directly. We catch the error of type error. Is there like an error construct? Yeah, that could be it. And we need to surround this by another one and then just return that, right? Or am I wrong? Wait a second, am I wrong? No, we can console.log an error, or console.error. That is better. An expected console statement, that's fine. Prisma dot disconnect. Yeah. Does that work for you guys? For guys who are asking here, I think we are just creating like a small function for this connection part, so I actually can use Prisma without any problems, right? All right, so here I'll just export default Prisma, so I can just get it whenever. And what is the problem here? Catch does not exist on type query CB. It should be, because it's a promise, right? Doesn't it work like that? Should be, right? Let me just return this to actually have a void at the end. Or you know what? Before this, I'll just say, hey, please don't be on my ass. I'll just return a void at the end, right? Like that. Now it's not even working properly anymore. Or I can just do it here and see if that will work. No, it's not working also. Oh, it says that the return of the async function or method must be global promise t type. Did you mean promise void? No, then I don't really need it. Then only this one doesn't show up to be correct, but yeah. Am I wrong doing some type that is wrong here? I'm not sure, but it seems like it's fine, right? What are you doing? I'm trying just to code something with Express to create like a create user part, like create user function or something like that. Let's see if I can do this again with one of my controllers and see if it will work, because now I am really tempted to know how it will work, right? All right, so we always need to request a response for anything, right? And then we move forward from there. Right, let's try. Cool, we don't have a lot of viewers, but we have people who are keen to see how this will work at the end. All right, so I will just go here then, and my controllers, create user, I will call. All right, so for now it should be rec and res always, right? And this rec request, so even though that I'm not gonna use it, I think. No, I'm gonna use it, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see. Instead of res dot something, we can do like this, like const whatever coming from the user here, I don't know, like name, email or something like that, right? From rec.user, rec.body, right? Why I'm doing here, what I'm doing. Okay, is assigned but a value never read, that's fine. Why it's saying that? Res, that's fine. Res will be later. And then our const user basically equal await And here we're just actually going to work on the Prisma part. Are you using Vim? Yeah, I'm using Vim. NeoVim, basically, yeah. We are going kind of like to Prisma user create. I think that will be good. Prisma.user, yeah, .create. And now I need to import Prisma. Should be like, let me just see if I can. Prisma, isn't it like exported defaultly? Import Prisma from at, okay, attack. Should be source or no? Should be Prisma. I don't know. What folder did it give us? All the folders that I don't need though. All right, so let me just see where am I in control list. So it should be from at and then, okay, so I'm from at and then db, right? Should be cool. Why it's connecting to that at, okay, let me see what I did when it comes to the server.ts. Did I ever use this? So I need to do add source, right? Okay, that's the mistake. And then slash and then db slash init. Yeah, that's cool. Now that Prisma is there, probably we don't need to do it like this. So like in our case here, to create the user, because we have now an function for creating and disconnecting in our database here, we can create using that, right? Which is gonna be better. Schofield asks, what are you actually using for an IDE? The IDE that I'm using is NeoVim kind of, and NeoVim with some of the plugins that I have, and you can find that on my GitHub. So you can DM me and I will send them to you. I have no problem doing that. Is NeoVim better than VS Code? No. Actually, it might be harder than learning than VS Code, or harder learning curve than VS Code. But for you, it depends on you, this or that. That's what you're gonna define for yourself, kind of. Yeah. What else? What are you doing? I'm building like this ORM already on the back end, just trying to make it work before I go to sleep. And that's it. So here in controllers, we are doing this function, query and disconnect, which comes in handy to just query some functions and then disconnect from them. Let me just do the same. I'll get Prisma, but also I will get query and disconnect, right? So now I will see for myself if I actually need that, probably because query and disconnect already connects to Prisma. No, it doesn't, but it does only like the disconnection part for me. So I need to pass like a query function and then say, hey, please disconnect me at the end, right? Yeah. I'm now trying to kind of like think about this. All right, so we probably need that Prisma client. Actually, yeah, we don't need really to do anything else then. Instead of doing it like this, right? We just come on top and say query and disconnect, and pass like an async function here, because we know that we will need an async function always, right? And here just we do const something. So now we can use like the Prisma part, but it's like the user part is like equal. It's redundancy, but at least I can disconnect whenever I need to, right? Prisma.user.create, and that will only happen if I don't have that user in my database, kind of, right? JavaScript with NeoVim. He wrote Next.js with NeoVim and then JavaScript with NeoVim. It's React, JavaScript, TypeScript with NeoVim, yeah. goes against the whole point. I think, yeah. Why Neobim? I don't know. I'm just learning it through these live streams, so don't hate me for it, honestly. Yeah. Guys, by the way, we are trying to reach out to kind of 7,500 followers already. And if you can do it for me today, that would be amazing. Even if you can do it more than that, maybe we reach the 8,000 mark, that would be also perfect. So anybody who has any idea about how to do that, maybe share, maybe follow directly through the live stream, maybe also like this live stream to reach out to more people. That would be really helpful. Thank you a lot. Yeah, nice. So let's move on, right? By the way, I am streaming every day for all the new users, and I know that most of you are new here, so you don't know me before. That's cool. But yeah, we are here actually creating and doing a lot of stuff, right? So yeah, for us now to create this, we need kind of like some data and stuff like that. I think this is how it goes. Data, and then you open and you give a name. Or what are the data that I can give? Name, kind of name, yeah? Or how is it? Name and email, right? And that's all I need, I think. It should be fine. Or am I wrong? I mean, data should be like that, right? These, I'll just post them like this now. It's just later on that we will get back to it. And that's it, because actually this is getting everything from our request body. I'll just console log that. And I'll say backend, kind of. Backend Prisma part. Just to debug with it later on. It's not a to-do app. I will show you the app. It's this. It's kind of a white noise app, right? And you can see here that I will play some white noises now. So you can listen in the background for these white noises. And also you have like a start and a break time and stuff like that. And all of these are in the front end. The front end was easy to do, but the thing is now that we need the backend for this, right? We need kind of backend for this. So if we are doing this backend, I would rather start with a simple to-do stuff that I will add to my app, and then we move forward. Okay, nice, looks good. Then we move now forward. Nice. So yeah, the user part here, never declared, stuff like that, I don't care about it. I think all good. This will be an async function that returns a void based on our console error of here of the catch function. I think it should return that, but a promise, I'm not sure. Is a promise not returning? Like, why it's not work correctly? It's a promise class, right? Promise constructor like. Oh, okay, this is a promise constructor like stuff. Maybe this will work actually. No, it's not generic. A promise. I'm trying to find an interface for a promise though. It might be a Prisma promise, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it might be, but it says that it doesn't have to. Okay, I will keep it as promise. I don't care. Promise should be read correctly, and this should be delete word. All right, delete side word. Yeah. But I don't know why it's red. We'll come back later to fix the typing issues. Okay. That's for that. This for what? Oh, we have a problem here. That this is now complete. Inspected that user is assigned but never read. Let me restart my LSP. All right, cool. All right, so this is the console log here. This one is closing there, nice, and that one is closing there, nice. So all good. So let's try this create user in my app, and let's see if this user will get created or not by default. So we went to this part here, and we said if user is there, const, we can get, we can just do this is a very fun thing to do now. We need to create a fetch hook, right? Fetch hook, fetch.tsx maybe, I don't know. Use fetch, okay, sorry. Use fetch.tsx, and here we'll do RFCE just to make a React snippet. Use fetch. Is it wrong? Yeah, it needs an H. Okay. So for this fetch one, we will need just to create a use effect to actually use for us like a use fetch hook. But for me and the chat, do anybody in the chat knows how to do a use fetch hook? What is better, Prisma or Sequelize? I think there is better stuff than Prisma now, but there is Drizzle that I used, and it's definitely better than Prisma for me. But for me now, I will use anything, honestly. Are you using Next? No, I'm not using Next. I'm using React, simple React. How can you start with embedded dev? I mean, let me check if there is like a roadmap stuff for that. Embedded dev, right? Game developer, blockchain, PostgreSQL, data analyst, backend, DevOps. I don't see something called embedded dev in the roadmap.sh, but you might start learning stuff if you start with the backend and then you move forward. Yeah, or just write roadmap for embedded dev. Yeah. Oh, Drizzle, someone also recommended that. Yeah, it's amazing actually how it works. It's very good how it works, right? So now I'm trying actually to do the part where I do a use fetch hook, right? I might actually start it from scratch here with you guys, so I need you kind of like to be focused 100%. So we need a use effect and a use state. So what I will do actually is just always start use state here for your state, and I just needed to, let me just do it like that. Use state snippet. I have something called use state snippet, right? Loading, right? And we have something also for like we also need like use effect, right? And also one more thing, we need to return at the end always data and loading, basically. It can be this or that, but for sure, yeah. So I'm not sure now if we need to actually put the data into a maybe, yeah. So let's do another use state snippet, and this one will be data, right? And why I'm doing this, kind of just for you to see how the use fetch will be used with TanStack, because if you do it like that, you will have a really good understanding of how it works, right? So if you go right now and do like a client, which is my React app, and install TanStack query and go there, and for your APIs you can use like a fetch function or something like that. But that fetch function needs always to be awaited, or needs always to be loaded, right? It might be that you don't need like a use fetch. You know what? We might not need it because we are going to use the query actually about the TanStack query. We might not need it at all, right? We might need only a function called fetch, basically, that accepts like an async something and returns something, right? Yeah. You ever used process.js? I never used it. What is it for? Maybe you can let me know, right? Maybe you can let me know what is that. But nevertheless, we will create it just for the sake of it, right? And I want to do one more snippet for error. All right, so now at the end we will always return data, loading, and error. All right, just for the sake of it to be correct, right? And yeah, the result should be JSON, so we might also create this fetch data async function inside our user effect though, right? And whenever the URL is updated or something like that, for basically the fetch function needs probably an URL and options that is empty for now, right? And here I will do a user effect, right? This user effect, simple. Why I don't have a user effect snippet? User effect snippet, maybe? Yeah, I do. All right. So the third one should be updated only on URL, right? To return something here, I actually don't think that I need to return anything, so this will be anonymous function. Oh, why it always does not go with the flow async, right? Yeah, so we create like a fetch data function that is async, that always sets the loading to true in the beginning, right? Am I correct or no? And set error to null. And what else? And then try catch a block, right? Error of error. And then console log error basically. Or no, wait a second, what console log? I will just set error, right? To error. And maybe here tag data right now is empty, but here also is error, like empty. I don't know what is that, but it should be null, right? Oops, I did a mistake. Let me just go up here. Is there an error variable? I don't know, whatever. An error class. Whatever, that should be fine. Error or null basically, right? This one should be like this. Why do I have all this red, man? It's so much confusing. Let me just delete this part. Options is there, but it's never used. Cannot find name second for sure. Loading is set to true, right? Or I will just put like a boolean, and right now it's fine, it's just true, right? So therefore we don't set it to anything. No, you know what, let it be boolean, and now it has, let it infer its type. I don't care about it, let it be empty, right? Or should it be not? It should be something, right? Okay, boolean to true always starts like a true and then turns into false, right? Okay. Who's Ken Dots? Maybe you can tell me about that. What VS Code theme do you use? It looks so nice. I use not VS Code though, it's NeoVim theme. It's called Tokyo-Night, and you can find it actually. Have you explored higher order components? Yeah, this is what we are trying to do. It's kind of like close to HOC and higher order components, because if you fetch on top level, then it will be really good for you to move on. Yeah. Nice. Thank you all for sharing. This is really good stuff that you guys sharing. Have you tried mobile development? I never did actually. I tried Android Studio once and I hated it. Yeah, nice. So now in our try catch block, we will actually wait for a response here. It's equal to fetch right directly, and this is the funny part of it. It will use URL and option or options, right? If response okay, or what is it like, response dot okay, something like that. Actually we will look for it like that, and we will throw an error, kind of, right? I hate this, but throw a new error. How can you throw an error? Throw a new error, and hey, you have something like response.status and response text, maybe like that. I'm not sure, but it might be like this: error, and then response.status, and the same thing, response.text, or status text. Actually, how do you write that? Status text. I have no idea, man. Like, at some point I forgot everything about how I write this kind of stuff. All right. Oh yeah, thank you for letting me know. I forgot the await, right? Who is this? Who said that? I like me some people in the chat that helped me to actually write stuff correctly. Bartu, thanks for that. All right, so now if we did it correctly, I think we are good. Yeah, the only thing that is left is maybe to return some data. All right, so const result then equal to await response.json, and the funny part here, we can actually return another value if it's empty, maybe an empty array, but I have no idea if this is good for us in this case. So if we are going to use stack query, then we don't do this. Let's just not do this, right? All right, and then set data to result. Okay, now we have the fetch data is assigned to a value, but it's never used. Oh yeah, now I think the only thing that you need to do is fetch data, maybe here. All right, so that's cool, but we need to catch the errors as well, and probably to finally set the loading to false, right? Does finally accepts like an anonymous function or something like that, or does it work like this? It works like that. Okay. All right, and not dot finally, but finally directory directly, by the way. So now I am thinking about this. I think I don't really need to specify anything here. This type of unknown at this point, I don't know. Set action error null. Maybe my type of error there is just argument of type unknown. Should be error. Can you know, guys, what is here the best way to do this? Because I honestly don't know, right? All right. The guy said, bro, need to take off your clothes if you want interaction. 35 people watching. Yeah, maybe if you like this stream and share it and maybe follow, I will have more followers and more people to watch. Usually I have around the 100 people watching, but today I started very late, kind of. And people are not interested so much about what I was doing. I was doing a model like a Prisma schema, and everybody was like, hell no, I won't watch this guy doing this. Yeah. So here we will change the surrounding that to this, so it will return always an object. I'm really happy with this. I'm not sure, should I add anything? Right? Or maybe, you know what, let me just set this I'm just trying to skip the error message. Error.message maybe, and the error message will be of type type string, I think, right? String or null. Right. Use fetch kind of props. Type use fetch props or use fetch props, something like that. Yeah. String and options. Options, at this point I'm not sure. It might be that it might be an object or something like that, but at this point I don't know. You know what is it called? Key value string or whatever. Whatever you put here, I'm happy with it. Oh man, I forgot type of key equals string or something like that. Yeah, I forgot this part. Guys, how can you do that? How can you do it? I forgot about that. Just have AI do it for you. Error as any and then message as string. Yeah, correct. Actually, I think this could be right. Like surround this by that. And then as any. But our app doesn't let us do that. Oh, it does? Okay, okay. And then the use effect is not there. But yeah, the implicitly part here is like, I forgot about how to do it. How to do a type of options of an object of anything, basically. This could be any. Oh man, I forgot this part. Question mark shouldn't be inside, right? Let me try this out. Cannot find the name key. Key can be any as well, maybe. And this can be like this. Alright, at this point I won't do any props then. This can be as any then. I don't care. Because we don't know actually what is our props at this point, right? So here URL and option. Oh, wait a second, why did I put them like that? Shouldn't I just put them like into one object or something like that? But in my case I passed them as an object here, which is not bad also, but I might actually need just to pass them as a prop, kind of like surround everything like that. And at this point just put like the use fetch props here. Yeah, specify a different prop. I hate it. I hate TypeScript, man. Transfer the fetch data. Yeah, what does the interrogation two dots means? That means it's not obligatory, basically. It can be there, it can be not. Alright, Michael Roberts said that true there is not really good. And Randall, I hope that I answered your question. As any is a bad idea, lol. It's an error message, man. It's just, we didn't find out, the thing is we didn't find out the error message type as error. Okay, seems working, but don't hate me for that. So yeah, it can be only string actually at this point because it's the error.message. So I changed the error to be error.message, so I don't have a problem here. Kinda. But fetch data, it says that it's never used. Am I dumb or something? It's for sure. fetch Mr. Data. And then what else? Yeah, this only bugs me now, but I was thinking that key, oh, let me just do that again. What happened like when I did this? Key snippet, no, key off, whatever. I was remembering there was something that I saw, a key of anything, like key of string or something like that. It was like a value also for that key, so it shouldn't be like that. Okay, let me check it. Props object with any key and value type. TypeScript, make sure the prop is anything. Yeah, something like yeah, type of entity and something like that. It's kind of weird that I found it once and then I forgot about it completely. Maybe ChatGPT will help. Now I'm just prompting ChatGPT basically because now I am honestly not in the mood to just search. Yeah, it didn't give me anything. Man, Java, like ChatGPT is sometimes dumb. Let's see what it gives us. So basically what it's giving us is nothing. Yeah, cool. So it's a generic type that we can create, like a record or something like that. This is what it said, like kind of, hey, go here, delete that, then here use a record of class, and then say here I have string and any, and that will save. But that's still our problem, is that we cannot do that. All right, you know what, I don't know, I will never do this again, to do props for a use fetch function. All right, cool. And then I will use it like this without these objects, right? Yeah, you know, the last try that we can do is just prompt it like this. What is the best type for URL and options? Use cursor or true, bro. What is tray? What is tray? Is it good thing? New thing maybe? Oh, there is one thing that I forgot to share with you guys actually, I think. Alright, so here in our case, the URL can be just set like this, right? But this one, is there any request info bar? There's a request init part. Well, look at that. Well, I was dumb. I was dumb. Well, now we found it. That's good. So there is a request init, initialization of request, and that can be used in our use fetch here. Camel case to conform to hooks naming standard. Is it not? Correct. Man, sorry. Yeah, this one should be replaced by a small one, and this one also replaced by a small one. Correct, mate. Thank you for that. Who's this? Or this guy who said that? Ahmed. Nice. Bonsoir, mon ami. All right, so that's good. Awesome. So some users saying that I'm a nerd for building a use fetch function. Is TypeScript required for React? I mean, for a job, it might be yes. For yourself, kind of thingy, you can do whatever. Are you trying to invent 10 stack query? I'm actually dumb enough. I said that I will use a 10 stack. Okay. I said to my users, hey, we will use 10 stack. And then came to my mind that we need to create maybe fetch hook, right? But then now thinking about it, 10 stack does that for us. It just needs like a simple function, right? Oh man, I'm dumb. Yeah, you know what? Because in our backend, after the Prisma thingy, we did this query and connect thingy. Let me go here. So this create user needs to be having create user API, right? And that is in the route, right? So the routes dot post user create, and this should be create user function from our controllers, right? So now for us, the API should work. Hopefully course also should work correctly here with our app, because at this point I have no idea what is happening. So the routes will be read correctly, and then the initialization of this should be, yeah, maybe now I am, I don't know, I have guilt for this, but I will keep it as any, I don't know, whatever. We will ask ChatGPT later what is the error type. Maybe like request error. Prisma client known error request error. Oh fuck that. We don't need it. Alright, I don't want to jump with you to another topic now. What we are trying to do is just to create this user whenever. So const user, I did this query function disconnect thingy. I hate it, so let's call it something else. Or maybe let's not even call it anything. Let's just call it like that. And then this user will be there, and then if you want, just there's res.status of 200 of JSON user, or maybe surround this by that, and then let's see how it works, right? Oh man. All right, let me try it with course equal true, extended to true, or origin to true, and then see how it works. If it doesn't work correctly, and then we will fix it, right? Okay. And then some guy said helps you detect typos and bugs easily, also for a better IntelliSense for IDE. Ask on why to use it, helps you prevent compile time errors. Yes, correct, Ahmed. Like, thank you for all these inputs. Ahmed is trying to show you why TypeScript is super good. It helps you detect typos, bugs easily, and also helps you to not infer wrong types in your production, which means that if someone has a type of error dot message to equal a string, and then some guy wants to pass an error dot message of an object, it will never accept that and tell him, hey, we used actually the top prop for that, the type prop for that is always a string, it should be always a string. So in our app we don't create any bugs, right? So in case in our app just accepts strings to show strings or to show errors, it would be really good. Is Passport.js nice to use? It's actually useful. Yeah, I never used it, but yeah. Okay, so your course setup will mostly likely, okay, so tell us what to do in this case. Our controller, where is it? Like you were actually saying it's about the server, right? What should I put here? That course contains like this, like a star, but it's not assignable, it says, or origin to star. Sorry for that. Yeah. This to star, like that. Yeah, cool. Bro, this career is cooked. Well, all right, thank you, King D. That's a nice name. Thank you for your input. I took it as you said. By the way, guys, we are trying to reach out as many followers as possible, so if you take me to 7,500 before I sleep, that will make my day, right? Nice. I will just comment for, I see some comments actually on my TikTok page, but all right, so yeah. All right, let's continue now. What do you think we should do next? Go to definition or get LSP signature plugin. But Juan, what do you mean by that? I mean, I have my LSP configured, but might be that you are thinking about what we just changed it now, or now for my LSP. I think this one console log can be there. I would just put it like ESLint disable for ESLint disable next line. Fuck that. I don't need you to cry me a river, LSP. All right. All right, let's see what we can do more. So this catch, I don't know, I did that conf function and then I regret it. Anyway, let me see what I need exactly. I need /API/user to create a new user, and I need data, name, and email. That's it. Let us go back to the Google sign-in part, and let's maybe add 10-stack query, right? Oh, Project share VS Code now has port forwarding that allows to test our page in mobile. I don't know what you're talking about, but seems like, yeah, cool. How did you set up cookie? I didn't set up any cookie though. I used Firebase for sign-in and that's it. What language is this? TypeScript with React? Oh, okay. Okay, so I need to go to lazy maybe. Let me see. Maybe I have something like that it's not working actually. Let me think. Yeah, I have Lua snip. Is it Lua snip or is that LSP, right? LSP kind I have, but yeah. All right. I will look for it. That's really handful thingy. Can you, Juan, maybe DM me the configuration part for that? That will be helpful. Thank you a lot. Yeah. If you DM me that, I will really be happy. Yeah, it's Express on the backend. Yeah. Quintessential, our mod is here. Nice to meet you, man. Hopefully you're good. I'm still up. I woke up at midnight. It's very funny. I woke up at midnight after a nap from 7 p.m. It's really cool. Yeah. Port forwarding means, bro, you can view your site on mobile. Ah, okay. Well, I don't think so now that we need it, but we can just look for our stuff on like on the console. All right, cool. So yeah. Now I need to install 10-stack. Now it's the funny part, because after we did our use fetch, now we're going to do the crazy part. I think first of all, we need to install some plugins regarding 10-stack query. So we have 10-stack plugin query, 10-stack router DevTools, router plugin. We have these two actually. So maybe 10-stack React query and 10-stack React query DevTools. Yeah, all right. Let's just go up, cancel everything, clear, npm install -d. Is it 10-stack without, right? And by the second, we don't need that now. Type 10-stack, 10-stack React query. And we need 10-stack React query DevTools. This is what we need for now. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, correct. And what else? We need something for the dev part, right? For the dev dependencies. It's very funny that Vite is a dev dependency. Once you build your app, you don't need it anymore. It's really fun. Like, okay, we need the ESLint plugin query for that as well. All right, let me just npm install -d. Add types are, we don't need that. I think add tunstack / eslint plugin query, right? Eslint plugin query. Hope that will work. Nice. So npm run dev, and let's do the whole thing again. Hopefully we don't have any problems now. Okay, thank you, Juan. I will look for that up. Yeah, but can you just let me know one more thing? What does it do exactly? Like you write something, you mentioned it actually, but I wasn't actually focused on that much. Shows the signature above when writing the argument in a function. So it shows you options basically, yeah, for your types. Async await is a new way of doing it, right? Yeah. I use stop atomic clock hose outside. Then what does that mean? These names, people are like, their names is bigger than their comments. By the way, guys, please share as much as you can and also follow. That's amazing if you do. And yeah, right now we have 7,470. We are pushing for 10k though. So if you can do that for me to make my day today, that would be amazing. You can follow, share also, that would be amazing. Yeah. Is that MySQL? Yes, we are doing PLSQL on the button, that's why, yeah. PLSQL, PostgreSQL, actually. We are having some services in Brew actually activated, so let me show you that. If you do like that, Q, and then do Brew services list, you will see that I will have some services for PostgreSQL here. Somewhere in my head, right there. Yeah, so that just for the possibility to run it locally, because we didn't like to do it on Firebase because it cost us money for this. Yeah, cool. Susie said it's 3 a.m. Good sir. I mean, I don't have any excuses anymore. I think I'm a nerd. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. where I'm from, so yeah. Can I ask, how do you create a database or TBL? For us right now, we created it like this. Let me actually show you guys. I think we did a lot of options actually to migrate this stuff, but first of all, we did brew install PostgreSQL, right? Then you go sudo system ctl for starting the PostgreSQL part. And then if you don't want to use that, use the PSQL part of PostgreSQL installed with Brew. And that's it. I mean, Brew install PostgreSQL, PSQL version, and then you do know what services you're starting. You start the service, and then you create DB. Just right, create DB, and then database name. And that's it. You will run it locally, and you will have it. Then you need to connect with PSQL big U-D database or something like that, and then you select the version and you move on. Yeah, I mean, at this point I think you can connect to any database without creating it, because you by default have a Postgres database. Yeah. What project are you working on right now? I'm working on the white noise project. Yeah. You know, GDBC and DAO. Actually, I don't know what is that. Yeah. Michael asked, what is the command for putting an attribute into the entity? What do you mean by that? Attribute for what? It's -u, as I said, yeah. To create a table in this case, we are using Prisma. Ah, okay. Into the entity. Okay, so for us, we are using a Prisma. We did a model like this. This is our model, and the model has to-dos, blah 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 blah, and then you just need to migrate it. You do npx migrate dev name in it, like you see there, and what else? I think, and then you call it whatever, and then you migrate to it. I forgot about the migration part. I might check my GitHub for that, because I saved it somewhere. yeah, you need to do npx prisma generate. After all, after you migrate, you generate, and when you generate, it will generate all your tables, and then you not just need with the use of the ORM to do create or whatever. Yes, word of victors, I see you right. What language is this? It's TypeScript. I'm just replying to some of other comments and stuff like that. Susie said, enjoy your night shift. Yeah. Just don't really think too much. If you want to, Mikhail, if you want something that works, I am sharing right now a tree that is set up with the latest React and latest backend. So just copy the backend from there, right? I pinned it in the chat, by the way. Cool haircut. Actually, my head is messed up, but yeah, thank you. Thank you a lot. What mods are we making? No mods. We are just making like a simple app right now that we got very into, doing a lot for it. So now we server works like that, the route works like that. Now we just need one thing, to go to our front end and set up 10 stack query, right? Let's close the server. I don't want to look at it anymore. Okay, so now what should we do in this case? We should do the ESLint config, maybe to add some ESLint stuff, because here we have React hooks, for example. But before that, we need the Vite configuration for 10 stack, right? Import 10 stack query, right? Something like that. 10 stack. Now I don't know what to import. Guys, what should I import on my Vite configuration for 10 stack? We don't need, right? Anything? Alex came to the chat and asked how much will gonna cost an fitness app in iOS and Android with kilocalories calculator and training instruction. I think it will cost me only time. I will build something like that in the future. Maybe we will build a gym app in the future, okay? If you use NeoVim, what do you use for Git and changes and commits? We use lazy Git, by the way. So I'll just undo my changes here and show you. So I use lazy Git like this. So these are the alt files that we did today, right? And then I press A for committing all of them, right? And then C for commit, and then P for push, right? That's it. I mean, I hope that answered your question. Well, for me, if I'm gonna build something like that, it will take me around a month, and I will take, I don't know, from 2K to 10K, depends on what you want to build, actually. But I don't know where are you from and how much you want to build it for and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm not good with 10 stack, unfortunately. Yeah, me too, man. I have the same problem with all of us. I think I can do the ESLint part and forget about any routes and stuff like that. But for now, I was thinking maybe the Vite configuration needs something. But for the React router, yes. I think for ESLint, it does. Yeah, I'm checking now. Yeah, plugin query, it's called. And you need to move it to I have no idea where. You just need to recommend it and the React plugin JSX flat. All right. Do we have that though? In this case, I don't know. It's plugin query stuff from 10 stack ESLint plugin query. All right, let me go to my ESLint then. Import plugin query. What is it called? Plugin query from ESLint 10 stack. Yeah, that's the one, right? And then we need just to spread it under our rules. So do we have any rules for that? Yeah, so here we have, for example, rules for recommended. I'm now confused where to actually put it. Should it be like a plugin, therefore extended inside the plugins? or should it be just under the, like somewhere here, just spread it like crazy. Like here, like plugin query.configs or something like that. I will leave you the chat to tell me, because I have no idea, honestly. Is that fine? Is that fine to put it there? All right, so what can Java do? Java is more of like a structural language that is hardly typed using the OOP levels, and it is for the backend. JavaScript, what we're doing now, is just for front end. Yeah, that's gonna cost you a lot, Alex, because you are having like a lot of stuff to be set up. Yeah. Is JavaScript hard when I learned Java first? No, it's not hard then. It would be even easier. Yeah. Right now, I will leave that plugin part there. How can I check for ESLint? I always forget this part. Let me just go back here. CD1 level, ls clear, ESLint. There is like an npx one for ESLint, npx ESLint, not init, but I'll try to do it like this. Something went wrong, you see? With my config. Flat config array, you see? Oh man. Let me just try it to comment it for now and see if it... Okay, now it works though. But that part is wrong. This shouldn't be here. Probably I'll flat it, gsconfig stuff. Where is the React plugin, right? We have a React plugin somewhere, right? Okay, the React plugin comes from ESLint plugin React. Yeah, is the project is for white noises, basically. Yeah. Yeah. I'm now having a problem with this. I don't know where actually to spread these. Yeah, to spread this config kind of. At this point, it's I'm really clueless. All right. Here I have like the recommended rules for React hooks. Maybe I'll just come here and just paste it like that and be a good kid and see if that will works. I will clear and go npx ESLint again. So it doesn't like also my rule for flat config array of ESLint stuff. Okay, because it's a plugin for sure. But I had at this point I don't know, right? Might be here because it's a plugin though. Yeah, correct. I think there is its place. And now why do we have a lot of stuff? We have unexpected, these are warnings, but we have an expected console statement for db init, so that one is fine. If we try to fix these, we will have a big time problem. All right, no problem, whatever. Now that we have this, let me just npm run dev again to see that everything is cool. Oh, property cache does not exist on type query function. npm run serve exited with a bad. All right, let's see that. It's in the db init. So this is read as a really good flag, but you know what? Why should I care too much? Let me do that and then do finally directly. You know what? I am catching anyway the errors there, right? And it's not, it should be in a sync function. Man, I forgot about this part. It should be you know what, at this point I might check online about this. You can place and try catch block hook. No, but the thing is that E will be unknown in this case, right? But instead of void, it should be any. And E should be instance of error, right? All right. Did I do a mistake? Yeah, okay. So you know what? Let's go here. Set this to any. Right. And then this E, we can put it as unknown because we are not sure about it yet. Right. And then this E instance of error dot, maybe dot message or something like that, or E dot message, and then we will do unknown stuff, unknown error. Okay, yeah, like this will save our asses. Cache does not exist on type. Why? 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 It's a promise. Why should it not exist there? Right?